Hello everyone, welcome back to SamMobile TV. Daniel here. Today's been a busy day. We've had a lot of videos go out. The S23 FE, Tab S9 FE, FE Plus, and now the Buds FE. The Buds FE are Samsung's latest in the Buds lineup, and they bring back some pretty awesome inclusions that have been missing since the Buds and the Buds Plus days. We're going to break this down into 3 areas in our hands-on. We have spent about a week with them, so I've got some pretty rounded thoughts, but let's give you our initial impressions of them before we sort of go deeper later on in the year. We're going to look at the design. We're going to talk about how they sound when they're in, and then I'm just going to give you the numbers that kind of make all that possible. Starting with the design, the wingtips are back. Samsung removed the wingtips on their Pro Buds in the last couple of generations. I've been pretty disappointed by that, just because whilst the sound of the Pros and even the Buds 2 were fantastic, I've had a lot of trouble keeping them in my ear for dynamic activity. The Buds 2 Pro were the closest I think Samsung have came to replicating keeping them in the ear, but nothing that works as well as the wingtips. I've been to these with the gym, I've been running in these, and I've found myself not having to adjust it once. I have tried just because out of habit, I'm like, oh, I should probably check, and no, they're secure. I'm pretty happy, I'm extremely happy that the wingtips have made their return. Something else about the design is the touchpads are now like flat. Again, it almost feels like these are an update to the Buds Plus from 4 years ago, in that it's very, very reminiscent in its design. The Buds Plus were kind of rounded in the touchpad. This is flat and even a bit more like concave internally. However you like it, they are very discreet when you're wearing them, so that kind of, I guess, helps with that appeal. I briefly touched on it, the wingtips make it so secure. It just fits snugly in there and you don't have to feel like they're gonna fall out at any moment. I really like that about it. And they're very comfortable to wear in that sense too, because sometimes Buds, you wear them for a long period of time, it might become sort of, you just need to get them out. I don't have that with these. Again, dynamic activities, I'm very much enjoying how these go in there. This is a Buds 2 case, this is a Buds FE case. So consistency wise, they look the same, but looks can be deceiving. In an effort, I guess, to bring the cost of these down, Samsung made these cases, the Buds FE cases, without wireless charging. So they have obviously USB-C wired charging, but you will not be able to put this down onto a wireless charger or even on the back of your wireless power sharing phone and charge them up. That's just a cost of bringing the cost of this down, I guess you could say. It might not be a deal breaker for you. You might not have wireless chargers, so it might not be important. It's just important to note it. Ultimately, earbuds are about sound. So let's break down how these actually sound when I'm listening to them. So I've done, like I said, a variety of activities in these. I've listened to podcasts, I've taken video calls, and I've listened to music at the gym. And one thing that's been evidently clear is even though it's only got a one-way speaker, the sound is really crisp and clear, and it's got a good amount of bass for the price that you're paying for these. Samsung have done a really good job in tuning them. I really am happy. I tested them and compared them to my Buds 2 Pro. I noticed an immediate difference in the punchiness of the Buds 2 Pro. But honestly, some people might prefer the sound of these. I can understand where that might come from, because these are clear and the bass, whilst not as punchy as the Pros, they still have enough, which is still enjoyable if you're listening to the right kind of music. I also tested these on a video call, like I said, and I asked the other person how the microphone sounded, and they said it sounded great. So the 3 microphones, which I'll get into the specs a little bit later on this thing, do a really good job of isolating your voice. And like I said, I took it to the gym. And something that about the Buds Plus that I really enjoyed was the passive noise cancelling. Because they created this like ultimate seal in your ears, there was no way sound was penetrating through that. So the Buds FE have ANC on board with up to 98% noise cancelling, I think, which is the same as the Buds 2. But you take into account the passive noise cancelling on top of the ANC, and you've got a really good package for active noise cancelling and passive noise cancelling with the Buds FE. They actually do a really, really good job. I was sitting here with them in and I forgot it was too quiet. And I took them out and my son's TV was blaring in the lounge room. So yeah, do all right. Now let's break down some of the specs about the Buds FE. In total, if you don't use ANC, with the case and the Buds combined, you'll get up to 30 hours of battery. That's pretty good. That's very, very good. If you just want to use the Buds on their own and you don't charge them in the case for some reason, up to 8.5 hours with ANC turned off. But most people will probably use the ANC situation And with ANC turned on, it's a 6 hours and 21 hour situation from buds themselves plus the case taken into account too. The thing is that even though it doesn't have wireless charging, they still have enabled some semblance of fast charging here. A 10-minute charge will give you close to 2 hours. It's 110 minutes of playback. So swings and roundabouts, you don't get the wireless charging, but it's fast enough cable charging that it shouldn't really matter. You just lose that convenience. As pointed out, it's got the 3 microphones on board, and with all of that too, it's got an ambient sound feature which can amplify sound up to 9 decibels. I checked, it's the same as the Galaxy Buds 2. So overall, these are a compelling package for the price that they're going to launch at in a global market. And they do kind of complete the FE ecosystem in a really, really good way. They can sort of switch between everything. It's really great. So 100%, if you're after the wingtips, go ahead and grab some of these, because these will stay in your ears. They sound great enough and will do a really, really good job for you. So go check out our other FE videos. Make sure you subscribe to SamMobile TV. Go check out our website. Like I said in other videos, we've got plenty of resources and coverage and reviews and everything on there that you might want about Samsung. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.